Khan, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, right? Call halal abinau Yahweh, by Hashem wa Malak Yahweh Shai, right? All praises to the Most High God in His only begotten Son, name of the world, ignorantly called Jesus Christ, real name Yahweh Shai, in the Paleo Hebrew, right? I want to give a good shout out, good strong salute, good shout out to all the brothers and sisters, right? That's out here pushing this work, moving and grooving in the manner that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai have commanded us, right? Giving their all, man, when it comes to serving the Most High God and keeping His commandments, man. I want to give a good, shalom and salute to y'all, man, because it ain't easy. It ain't easy out here in ratchet ass society to keep these commandments, man, and be okay. You know, with keeping these commandments, man, brings forth chastisement, man. They had this one guy, right? He came up to camp and he was like, man, you know what? I used to wear my fringes, I used to do this, I used to read all the time and this, that, and the third. And then, he said something along the lines, I was getting whooped too much, right? So I stopped all of that. I stopped trusting in the Lord, I stopped keeping the commandments, wearing my fringes, right? Because the burden was too much. And, as in until, this last week or so, I didn't realize what he was saying, right? These afflictions, right? These afflictions could really jam you up to where it's like, damn, man, I'd rather go ahead and just fully, basically hate the Most High, right? Instead of love him, right? Because it's easier over there, right? It's a lot harder, right, when you're doing the right thing and you still getting asked for, right? And I kind of understand that, brother. Now he come to camp, more often now, right? But I finally understood what he was saying, a couple of days ago. But yeah. This lesson, right, is World War III, right? Current events, right? Are you ready? Are you prepared, right, to inherit the kingdom of God, right? Because a lot of people, man, they say, man, I'm so ready for them to drop the nukes, man. I'm so ready for, this, that, and the third, man, ready for World War III and, the famine and pestilence, diseases. Everybody want to say they so ready for the end to come, right? But they don't fully know what that entails, right? So today we're gonna go through a couple different prophecies, right, and current events, prophecies coming to pass, right, through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, and touch a little bit on: are you really ready to inherit the kingdom? Are you ready to do what you need to do, go through what you need to go through to inherit the kingdom of God, right? Or are you just lip service? Are you just talk, right? Because a lot of people, man, they'll honor the Most High with their lips, but their actions is far away, man. Even your thoughts will be far away from the Most High, but you thinking you worship, right? You thinking you doing all that you could do to serve the Most High God, man. And right now, man, right now is the time. Right now is the time for us to learn the best ways to serve Yahweh Shai, man, through the Spirit, right? So I'm gonna open up with how we get the kingdom right now, like what our actions need to look like, right, to inherit the kingdom. Let's see if I can get this off the whim. Right. This is how us obtaining the kingdom looks like, man. And if you're not doing these things, right, all of them, if you're not doing all of these things listed here, then you might fall short of getting the kingdom of God, man, depending on the grace and mercy that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shows unto you. Right. But this is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 1. This is the guideline, right, of inheriting the kingdom of heaven. It says Matthew 5 and 1. And seeing the multitude, he went up to a mountain, And when he was at the top of the mountain, his disciples, right, came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Right? So when it says the poor in spirit, that's the people that's catching hella affliction. Right? When you're poor in the spirit, that means you're vexed in the spirit. Right? You're not at your highest point of being in the spirit. Right? You're low. Right? You're very like heartbroken. Right? It says, blessed are those people. Why? Because they got to be doing the will of the Father to be catching so much hell, right? Blessed are those, man, right, that are poor, man, in the spirit, right? Because you got to be keeping the commandments to be poor in the spirit. The people that's not keeping the commandments of God, they living up their life, man. Even if they go through, you know, house getting sold, car getting repoed, whatever, they still do it with a smile on their face. They roll up a spliffy, right? Drink them a cup of lean, pop a Percocet or two, and they be all right, right? But no, man, when it comes to you serving the Lord, you don't have an outlet. You don't have an outlet like that, right? So it says, blessed are the poor in spirit, right? The brokenhearted, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted, right? And those who keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, that's the one that's going to get the kingdom, right? But when you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, guess what happens to you, man? Right? This happens to you. You mourn. Why? Because the rest of the world is vexing you for you doing everything opposite or contrary to the world, man. When you're in the world but not of the world treats you a certain way, man. This is why David said, what my enemies compass me about, right? Lord deliver me from my foes, man, my enemies, man. Because your enemies become those that used to love you in that world when you was acting worldly, right? But once you change and you come into this understanding of the Most High God and the way He wants you to rock, right? A lot of those people, they branch off, they kind of drop off. They're not there for you no more. Everything you poured into them, they now just don't want to pour back into you. They leave, right? So you're gonna mourn in this thing, but at the end of the day, you will be comforted, right? Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they, and meek don't look like how they make it look. Meek means you're able to be patient in a lot of different situations. Somebody screaming, yelling, spitting in your face, slapping you, right? And you kind of just like, damn, bro, like you tripping. Boom, you kind of like blocking stuff, and you just kind of like, and that's meek, man. Right? That's meek, man. You being able to take an extreme amount of pain and pressure, right, and don't break. That's you being meek, man. Right? But being meek don't mean that in the inside you ain't that. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't a killer. You ain't a murderer. You ain't a fighter. You ain't this. You ain't that. You feel what I'm saying? Just because you meek don't mean you a PUSSY, man. It's just that I know what I'm capable of. I know what Yahweh expects from me, right? So I'm gonna hold my peace. I'm gonna be patient, right, in tribulation. I'm gonna be patient, right, in times of trouble. I'm gonna be patient, right, and that's what meeks look like, man. Meek look like you're able to take a lot of pain, pressure, and tribulation, right? It says, "Cause those people they gonna inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, after the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, for they shall be filled," right? Even though it seems like we're empty right now, there's coming a point of time where we will be filled. Yes, Jacob trouble is coming. Yes, we're about to have to go through a multitude more of affliction, right? But at the end of it, we shall be filled. Even though it felt like we was hungry, even though it felt like days that we was starving, we didn't have enough money, all these different things, man. When we get that kingdom, we're gonna be filled, man. Right? We're gonna have tenfold, fivefold, twofold of everything that the Lord has promised us, man. And everything we gave up, He told us that we're gonna have a hundredfold in the kingdom, right? So how much are you willing to give up to get the kingdom of God and be filled in the kingdom and not on this earth, man? Right? Ask yourself, right? because the kingdom is coming. Whether you believe it, wanted to think about it, or don't think about it, the kingdom is coming, right? And we see it through the abundance of prophecy that's happening on this earth right now today, man. Right? He said, "Make way for the kings of the east," right? And the Euphrates dried up, right? And then he said, "There's going to be war in the east country, right? Through Gog and Magog and these other people, right? Look at what's happening, man. Everything is playing out just how it's supposed to, man. Syria's supposed to get in there, man. Guess who in there? Syria. Turkey in there, right? Lebanon done got in there. All of this is things that we're, Lord willing, right, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, we're gonna touch on today, man. Right? But right now we're talking about getting the kingdom of heaven and you making yourself eligible, right, to get that kingdom, man. Right? It says, "For they shall be filled," verse 7. "Blessed are the merciful, for they, right, shall obtain mercy." Right? And mercy is one of the hardest things for flesh to do. Flesh is mercy is not in flesh. Mercy is a spiritual thing. Forgiving, right? To have forgiveness to somebody who wronged you, that is not the flesh don't like that. That's a spiritual thing, right? To say, yes, he punched me in the face. I'm gonna let that go. Yeah, he was acting up and he pushed me down. I'm gonna let that go, right? Yeah, she kicked me out of the house and took all my money and left me out to die, right? Ah, I'm gonna let that go, right? So we gotta understand, man, that this is the process of us getting the kingdom. It comes with a multitude of affliction, man, a multitude of grievousness, man, right? Verse 7. "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy." And the reasoning for us to have mercy on one another and on our spouse, right, and on our children, right, because at the end of the day, we want the Lord to have mercy on us. Now, my daughter did about three things today that I should have popped her on, right? But I just talked to her about it and I had mercy on her because the Lord just had mercy on me, man, for my vain and profane thoughts, man. And just got my tools stolen. Well, if that's the least that I gotta worry about, then so be it. So I had that mercy on my daughter, right? Same thing, man. We see it in the script. He said, one person owed their master this much money, right? He went to his master and said, please, master, don't do this to me, right? Okay, well, go ahead and pay me back. He went to the person that owed him and vexed the hell out of him, right? And then look, he got thrown into prison, right? His mercy got taken away, right? So we need to remember, man, to continuously extend that mercy, man, to our family, right? The Israelites. Verse 8. "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." Right? The pure in heart means you like keeping you learned how to love keeping these commandments. But guess how you learn how to start loving how to keep the commandments, man? You learn it by the multitude of your afflictions, man. Right? That's how you're gonna learn how to love to keep the commandments of God, man. First thing he said, what? Blessed are the poor in spirit, right? Why did it say that? Blessed are the poor in spirit, because they gonna be broken down, man. Right? They gonna be broken down, man. But the Lord will build us up at the end, man. Watch this. "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yahweh. Blessed are they that are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So if you're not being persecuted, if you're not being vexed by outside sources, right? If your family not turning against you, if your mom always treating you like you the sweetest thing, your dad always treating you like you the sweetest thing, your auntie always treating you like you the sweetest thing, and everybody else around always treating you good, hey, bruh, let me tell you one thing, man. You probably ain't gonna make it to the kingdom of heaven, right? Because it says the people that are persecuted, this is by your own flesh and blood, also by the enemy, but by your own flesh and blood. That's the people that's going to inherit the kingdom of heaven, right? So love persecution, love when people going against you, right? Love when adversaries is all around, man, right? Because at the end of the day, that might be your ticket, right? So with that, man, I'ma yield and wait on the ox to come back in here. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, y'all. All praise to the Most High. Through the multitude of your afflictions, man. Where we at with it? Where we at?
Shalom, God. Yahweh Shemel Shabbat.
Yo, Bashim, yo, Shabrakata. Water for keeping the live going on through these technical difficulties, man. Stressing. Man.
All praise to the Most High, man. I'm already knowing how to get.
Con. What was you talking about though? Through the multitude of our afflictions, you know what I'm saying? Enduring through them, not letting it beat you
Yeah,
down, being meek through it all that good stuff, man. All praise to the Most High. But I'm back though. Shalom, family. Peace and blessing to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, man. Everybody that's tuning in and that will tune in at a later time, man. All praises.
yeah. I was just talking about basically the ending part of the statement on the live. Like are you? I don't know how you put it, but I guess it was like, are you ready for the kingdom? And a question mark, exclamation mark, or something like that. And yeah, I was just like kind of like setting that stage, man. Of you know, a lot of us, man, we say we're ready for them to drop the nukes, man, get the bombs going, boom, boom, boom. Like we all thinking that we ready, but are you really, literally, like practicing what it takes to inherit the kingdom of God? Yeah, you might think that you keeping the commandments of God, right? But really, you don't know. But you still hating your brother and your sister in your heart. You still holding grudges. You don't think so, right? I don't know, man. Maybe, maybe not. You know, no. It should be no doubt in your mind that you ain't hating your brother or your sister in your heart. Like, I mean, no doubt. You shouldn't have to question. Oh, I love you, but I don't like you. Wait, hold on, brother. Hold on, sister. You know what I mean? I love you, but I ain't got to talk to you. Hold on. Is that what the Lord said? Or he said, when you repent and you come ask of me before you say something, I'm going to hear you, right? And before you speak, right, I'm going to give it to you. So we got to watch, we got to watch how we dealing with one another, as well as watch the fruits of the spirit and make sure we moving in those fruits, because if not, we ain't getting the kingdom. Those individuals is not getting the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just going on a rant about that.
Yeah, that's right, man. A lot of exposure is gonna come in that day, man. And you might think you're ready. Drop these news World War III. I can't wait to go home. But you don't even see that stain that's on the back of your garment, man. You don't see that armpit stain you got under your sleeve, with your arm closed down all day. You don't even hold on, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be exposed in that day, you know what I'm saying? So you really need to reflect and evaluate yourself on a higher and deeper level to really ask yourself, are you really ready for the kingdom? Do you have your garments white, spotless enough to not be embarrassed in that wedding hall, in them wedding chambers, man? You know,
Man,
you're gonna be like Cinderella, missing that slipper, man. You think you have both shoes on, but you missing that slipper and you running out before midnight,
man,
before you
man,
change
trying to go
back.
look for that slipper.
Yeah, man. But that's what we're gonna bring out today, though, man. Salakia chat for the lateness, man. I had some technical difficulties. I was going through the blue screen errors. My computer was acting up, man. But we finna try to give it back to you in a timely manner. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shot. All praises. But the thing is, man, is what we really want to do is make a comparison, compare and contrast against, all of these events that's going on with World War III, Iran bombing Israel, Israel bombing Iran, Israel bombing a Russian air base in Beirut, and things along those lines. It's all ramping up to World War III. So this is the time where we really need to examine ourselves and ask yourselves, are you really ready for that time to hit America? Like Jacob's trouble, famine, all hell breaking loose in the city next to you, man. Right? Are you really ready for that time? Because over there, they going through hell. You might look at it through the screen, through the lens of the television, and be like, oh, it don't look that bad. But once it hits home, man, then you're gonna reconsider and rethink that. You know, so I want to bring out some things on that for sure. Go ahead.
Kind, like you, right now. I was saying it earlier on the live that I just did before this one. Well, the one before this one. Like you seeing the stars fall from heaven, like they said in Revelation. You feel what I'm saying? Like, look at how many bombs they dropped right on Israel. I believe that was Israel. The videos that I'm seeing on Facebook, and it's like, bro, are you really ready? Like, you know what I mean? Like them things was hitting back to back to back, and that missile defense system only was catching like one out of seven of them. You feel what I'm saying? Like them things was hitting, and you hear the people screaming. Right, they all by the fence, like, hey, it's coming, and then one bus like right there. Like, come on, bro. Like, are you ready for that type of mayhem, man? Are you ready to see somebody disintegrate right beside you, and you taste a bodily fluid of blood in your mouth, man? Right? Are you ready to breathe in radiation on a high level, and every time you take a breath, it burns? You know?
Man, for real, for real. And I was looking up some of that stuff the other day, man. The nuclear fallout. If that nuke don't kill you, if that fire engulfing flames at the impact site don't kill you, hey, that radiation is gonna kill you, man. I was reading something that said it'll trickle down the Mississippi River over 100 miles plus, carrying that
Man,
radiation, killing all of the animals and the mammals, the sea life, and all of that stuff, man, because they live in that thing, right? So yeah, that nuclear fallout, man, is definitely deadly. So if the blast don't kill you, that thing is definitely going to kill you, man. No doubt about
fact.
it.
And it's not like it's gonna be one nuke, once they start, bro. Like, they said, I think it was Russia got 81 nukes. You feel what I'm saying, or something like that. So picture they send 10 over here real quick. We only able to intercept like two. You know what I mean? Half of the U.S. is done.
Hmm.
And the other half gonna be consumed by the radiation.
That's right. All right, let me get this blue letter up and running real quick. Boom. Let me get this screen up and running. All right, let me share the screen real quick, man, because I want to. I don't know if y'all paying attention or not. If y'all living in a box, stop living in a box. Pay attention to what happens outside, man, because it's gonna affect you. Make sure you in right standing with the Most High and in His good graces in the time of trouble, man, so you can be protected. Slakia. All right, I just like to mute it and we can just comment on it. Look at all this stuff that's going on, man. You know. And you can't, like I said, you can't think, oh, it's happening over there. I see it through the screen. It's not affecting me. I still got to go to work tomorrow. Hey, this stuff is coming to America. Whether you like it, believe it, understand it or not, it's definitely coming here, man. Why? Because prophecy says so. The Most High says it's going to happen to Babylon. You understand? So you need to wake up out your slumber, get that little crust out this side of your eye, the crust out this side of your eye, and do something about it, man. Oh, but we can't
Man,
do nothing against missiles. We can't do nothing against. What you can do is stay in the bosom and abide in the power of the Most High to protect you in that day. That's the only thing you can do. Either do that or die, man. Live or die.
look, that's they said they sent 180 some of them things in one night. The ones where they sent to Hezbollah, I think they said they sent 200 and something.
Mm-hmm. 181.
Look, look,
That first one they sent. Okay, boom, we got it. Now send the rest of them. That's what they did because I noticed on the article it said 181. So that first one was to see okay we good to go we good to go. Yep, boom, send the rest 180.
man,
Man,
and it wasn't even intercepting them like that. Like a lot of them things hit.
right. Yeah, I was reading about that too. The Israeli rather right missile defenses and the Iron Dome was not capable enough to intercept all of those missiles, man, because there's something that the Iran has. It's a certain missile that flies in its trajectory, then it kind of shifts out of course and gets right back on a new course and strikes that target, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they dodging it.
Man,
Man, that's missiles right there. That's crazy. Oh, it's just a light in the sky. It's because you don't have spiritual eyes to see, man. You know, K.O.Y. Israelites, Arizona, man. Hey, Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Keep enduring through your tribulations, King. You know, we got you. The Most High got you. You know, Shalom, and keep putting in that brick, man.
Shalom, God, I'm happy you made it through that surgery. Okay, man.
That's right. Kwame Sharala. But yeah, man, you know, and chat, feel free to comment. You know what I'm saying? What is your takeaways? What is your opinions on the matter that's going on overseas right now? You know, feel free to chime in. We'll tap into your comment. But yeah, man. So Jake, you're not ready for this, man. Right? You not ready. So the goal is you have to get ready. So another key aspect to this live is, you know, we want to show you what's going on in the world right now so you can have an understanding in your mind to prepare for it. But how do you prepare for it? You prepare your mind first, right? And of course your body after that. You know, start doing some workouts, you know, get ready to get in survival mode, get your stuff together, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. But we want to get you to understand, what do you value more? If you value this world more than you value the kingdom, guess what? This is what you're waiting for. You
Man,
valuing the ways of this world is gonna end up leading you to this situation right here where they bombing cities. That's coming to the city next to you, man. Right? The fireworks you see, that's what's going on right there right now. So what do you value? This world, you're gonna have this is gonna be your result, or do you value the kingdom? Right? You got any
I appreciate it.
precepts? Go ahead, King.
Yeah, so right here, right, this is where our trust is gonna have to lie, or our mind is gonna have to be. We can prepare in many other ways, like fleshly, get your bug out bag, water, always keep a 5 gallon thing of water, whatever, you could do all those fleshly things and prepare. Nobody's telling you not to do that, but the main thing that we're gonna have to do is this right here. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 101 and verse number 2.
Hold
I
on.
will behave myself wisely.
I wanted to pull it up. Salakia King on the
um,
screen. Forgive me. Psalms 101 and what? Verse 2?
and 2.
Okay. Psalms chapter 101, verse 2. Sure. Okay, boom. Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 101 and verse number 2. I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way. Right? So King David is telling us and telling the Most High, look, at the end of the day, I'm a behave my way. I'm gonna behave myself, right, in a good and perfect manner. I'm gonna keep your law, statutes, and commandments. Right? Watch this. Oh, when will thou come unto me? Right? The Most High. I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. Right? Even in my mind, I'm going to walk in a perfect heart, right? So what we need to learn how to do is not sin anymore and not even contemplate sin. Like I said on my last video, right? Y'all go check it out, man. Basically, what it is, love, love to go through chastisement or something like that. It was one of the last couple videos, man. So we have to understand that we have to not sin outwardly and inwardly, right? So we need to keep the doors of our brain as well as we need to keep, our actions away from sinning, right? One more off of this. It says, I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me, right? So even like, let's say you living with somebody, man, or somebody come to live with you and they bring some abomination into your crib, right? It's up to you, no matter if they're looking, not looking, however you want to do it, to grab that thing and throw that abomination up out your house or even up out of their house. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, bro, you don't want to accidentally deal with sin because somebody else bullcrap. You know what I mean? Like I went into my cabinet yesterday and I seen this traditional ragu sauce, but it had traditional sauce, whatever. Then it had sausage and it had garlic. Right? We know what that sausage contained, so I just grabbed it because I was about to use it to make pasta. That's just how quick me not looking at it, trusting that my wife wouldn't let no abomination in my house. I would have just used it, boom, and now my whole house is full of scent, right? Because her sister come move in and bring some damn wicked abomination in there, you know. So we need to make sure that we on point and on key with everything because the Lord is gonna save us out of these trying times. There's nothing that we could do. We can prepare, we can grab certain things, but there's nothing that we could do. Our obedience and faith in the Most High God and Yahweh Shai, right, is what's gonna save us. I yield right there. I can't hear you, King, if you saying something.
Yeah, that's powerful right there because that goes into being a respecter of persons. Oh, that's my friend. I don't really want to make her feel bad. And no, man, you tell them like, hey, man, that shrimp, you got to get up out of here. That pork you got, that bologna sandwiches, that ham sandwiches, man, you got to get it about the fridge. Because I value the kingdom and I want to express and show how valuable it is to be in righteousness unto you. So you need to throw that stuff away. I'm not going to respect
Mm-hmm.
you off of that, man, because I know the greater outcome and I want you to understand the greater outcome of doing something that you might think is small. Oh, well, it's just bologna, it's just a shrimp. Like, no, it ain't just a shrimp. If the Most High said no, then the Most High said no. Point blank,
And if
period.
he
No
said,
ifs, ands in between it, man. Go ahead.
and if he said, let no abominable thing dwell in your tabernacles, then that's what you do. You don't let no abominable thing dwell in your tabernacle.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. So
Yeah,
that's
we
what's
could get back to it though.
yeah, that's what's going on, man. Like we need to value the kingdom more than we value this world. Value our vain life that we have here. You know, stop worrying about what you got in this world. Your damn lamp truck, your new track hawk truck. You know what I'm saying? Your SRT charger, and thinking you doing something, man. Because you need to understand that all of that stuff has a expiration date, right?
Con,
But the kingdom don't have an expiration date. So what are you really putting your mind and focusing your spirit on? Because look at these leaders that we're looking on right now on the screen, man. Right? You think these people have your best interest in their mind? You think he's saying right now we need to save the black community and the Israelites? They're not saying that, man. They worried about their own eternal and external affairs, right? But you
con.
Jakes don't understand none of that, man. Look at that. That's what they got, man. You know,
That's what they're worried about.
so this they got. Look at the Jets, man. They ain't not thinking about you, man. Right? In
Look,
fact,
they hit moving targets and shit.
yeah. In fact, this screen right here with the thermal imagery right? If you Jakes is on a run in America and trying to hide from the government after they're trying to round you up through Jacob's trouble and put you in these FEMA camps, they gonna seek you and hunt you down just like that, man. Right?
Mhm.
That's a futuristic bird's eye, eagle eye view swooping down on its prey, man. Right? The shadow of
Mhm.
death. That's the shadow of death right there. You know,
That's right.
man, look at that. It is not playing. He's not worried about you, man. But guess what? The Most High is worried about you, right? And you need to be worried about the Most High and the kingdom because that's the one who really cares about our salvation and in our safety to take us up out of here, man. These nations is not worried about you. They're worried about destroying each other, destroying the earth, you know, and still being wicked, right? So you need to value one thing more than the other. I want to pull up this precept. Let's get into it. Right. Matter of fact, let's go to Revelation chapter 21. Right. So this the kingdom right here. Let's get to the classic, right? Revelation 21 and 12. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Right? So there's a great reward in the eternal kingdom for you, man. Right? When it says and the names written thereon, guess what that is, man? RSVP, man, reservation made for you. You wicked Jakes and you wicked Eves need to understand that there's something greater than this vain life that you're living. Right? You got something with your name written on it, but you need to
Man,
value your name in order to get there, man. Right? Oh, I know I'm Judah, your tribe of Judah. Hey, but you ain't doing nothing about it. You're not truly valuing your name, right? Somebody paved the way for you to have that reservation seat, grand halls, right? Great giant ballroom in the kingdom, fine dining and tables all lit up, waiting for you, but you don't give a damn. You're not even getting dressed. Over there sleeping. I'll go when I go. No, man. You need to really make sure you ready in that time, or you're gonna miss that limo ride, right? Because you overslept, because you didn't care about it that much. Now you're over there missing your ride, and you calling the limo company, "Hey man, come pick me up. I'm sorry, I missed." Nah, man, it's over, right? And what's that limo ride? Them chariots, you know. So your names are written on the gates, man. That's of high value, and you need to value that on a high level, right? Going down
uh,
to 21, right? Revelation 21 and 21. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. So, what does it mean?
man,
The 12 gates were 12 pearls. We need to understand what a pearl is, right? And what is the attributes of a pearl and what it can offer you, right? Let's go to Matthew chapter 13, right?
and also when you dealing with a pearl, we know the Lord calls us, right. He tells us that Israel numbered as the sand of the sea, right. A pearl is a piece of sand that snuck its way in to an oyster, right, that over time callousized and became a pretty jewel, right? So that's the same thing with us, man, and all these affliction that we go through, man. We're that grain of sand that got into the oyster of life, right? And over time, we become this beautiful jewel, this pearl, right? So I just
Mhm.
wanted to throw that while that was on my spirit.
Yeah, man. Me and my rib, when we went to the beach during the Brucella weekend, you know, we was sitting on the sand and I seen some seashells. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, cool, seashells. Let me collect a couple of these, right? But if I picked up a seashell and I had a pearl in it, the level of excitement would have been increased. I would be like, oh, hold on, it's not just a shell, it got a pearl inside. Let me really tuck that one. Let me really hide
Yeah,
that and treasure that up, right? So
yeah.
the 12 gates are 12 pearls. That means that these gates, the people who inhabit these gates, are of high value, right? Let's go now. Let's go
Mhm.
to Matthew 13 and verse 43 and watch this. Or is it verse 44? It says again, right? The kingdom of heaven. Wait, Slakia. Da, 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 da. Verse
That's
43.
cool. You
It says, "Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear." Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field, the which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. Right? So the kingdom of heaven, man, it's of high value, man. Right? It's like a treasure. Once you find that treasure, you're gonna hide that treasure. You're gonna put double locks on it. Right? You're gonna open up that secret safe in your basement and really hammer it down so nobody can get in because you value that treasure so much. You don't want it to be taken away, and you don't want anybody to come and take it from you. Right? You're not just leaving it out on the table for anybody to get, man. Right? You really hiding that thing. Right? Verse 45. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, right?
mm,
Who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. Right? So you need to
mm,
come to the realization and the understanding that what you're valuing, you need to value more than the other, right? You have to be willing in the mindset to lose everything you have, but keep that same treasure, right? Not necessarily, okay, let me just sell everything, right? Because we kind of do need these things to get around and to do the works, but you can't put one over the other. You understand? You need to be willing to sell all that you had or lose all that you had just to keep that one treasure, just to keep that one pearl, because it's valuable, invaluable, right? More than the other. You understand? Verse 47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. Right. So you throwing a hook, you throwing a fishing net out there, you pulling some stuff, man. You kind of sift through it, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, fish all of this and that, but you find that one clam or that oyster, man, and it got a pearl inside. You're gonna be like, hey man, I ain't worried about that. I got something of higher value. Let me really put this away. Let me really hide this thing. So when you're hiding something and you're putting it away, that means you're valuing that thing more than the other. Go ahead, I got yield on that part.
Con, you good? You got it. You got it.
God, I got another precept then. Right. So the goal is right. The goal is to become a pearl, meaning you have to become valuable in the eyes of the Most High, right? Become valuable in righteousness to be kept. You want to be kept and stored for the eternal kingdom. All right, let me go to Luke chapter 12. Because if you're worried about this world, you're worried about the things that pertain to this world, everything of vanity, you're not going to be worth anything in the eyes of the Most High. Right? If you're doing the work, you're seeking the kingdom, you're keeping the kingdom in your mind kept up like treasure, the Most High is going to value that in righteousness. Right? So that's what we want to do, people. We want to stay in that same type of mindset and don't defer from it. Um, 12 and 34. This is Luke chapter 12 and verse number 34, right? Straight to the point. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, right? So we need to keep what's valuable in our mind, right? That's the point of this scripture. Whatever's in your mind, you need to keep it at a high value, right? Meaning the kingdom, righteousness, not wickedness. You understand? Go ahead, King. You got some?
Con. So in these last days, a part of like what we seeing when we looking at prophecy and we looking out and we seeing all these nations get into it, we need to be a hyper focused on coming together, right? Because the Lord commands that in multiple books, right? He commands us that, and probably throughout the whole Bible, we see it, right? Where certain people they come together and form an alliance together. You got the 12 disciples. right? Then you got the apostles and the apostles and the who the other people is. I know they got the disciples, the apostles, and then the evangelists, right? You see all these people, they come together, yeah, they're in different sets, but they're all coming together and they speak one to another a lot to figure out who's going where when, right? We need to be able to work together a lot more in these last days because these other nations don't give a damn about us. We need to learn how to care about us, and the Lord commands that from us. So this is what the Lord is telling us in the last days, right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse number 20. Assemble yourselves and come, draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations, right? Because there's coming a time where we're going to have to escape out of these nations, meaning they're going to get destroyed, but the Lord's going to have mercy on us. Salakia. They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven images and pray unto a God that cannot save. Tell ye and bring them near, ye let them, yea, let them take counsel together, who had declared this from the ancient time,
Mm.
who had told it from that time. Have not I the Lord Yahweh, and there is no God else beside me, a just God and a Savior, there is none beside me. So he's telling us to go get our people, right? Bid them to the marriage, right? That way he could come and save us, man. Because a lot of us, we think it's all about us. Oh, long as I get me and my sins together, it's all good. No, you are supposed to be getting you and your sins together, but the Lord has commanded us to go grab our people that's serving these false deities, these false gods, right, and bring them to trusting in Him so He can save us, huh? Right here in the book of let me see, Exodus, right, chapter let me see, chapter 3. I think it might be 13. It was 3 and 15. Hold on, it might be 15 and 3, but hold on. Yeah, it should be 15 and 3. Exodus chapter 15 and 3, right? Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Yeah. So this is the book of Exodus chapter 15, starting from the top. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord Yahweh, and spake, saying, I will sing unto Yahweh, for he had triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider had he thrown unto the sea. The Lord Yahweh is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my God. I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his host has he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them; they had sank into the bottom, as a stone. Right. So when we was exiting right out of the land of Egypt, we was serving all type of different gods, man. Right. We was serving wood. We was serving stone, the calf. Right. Um. Uh. Uh. Ramoth and a Pamsy, whatever the other god was. We were serving a multitude of different gods out there. And when salvation was coming, right, like in, I think it's chapter, let me see, Con, in chapter Exodus, chapter 11 and verse number 2, right, in this chapter, everybody was just the people that followed Moses and the other brothers and sisters that was following the Lord to get out of this captivity. They didn't believe in Yahweh. All of them didn't believe in Yahweh since the beginning. Moses found out about Yahweh at a certain point of time, right? He didn't even believe in the Lord for a little while. He didn't know the Lord for a little while, right? So in the end days, he's commanding us to do the same thing, right?
Exodus 11 and verse 2. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow his neighbor and every woman of her neighbor jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servant, and in the sight of the people. Right? So when it says and in the sight of the people, it's talking about other Israelites. These Israelites did not believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh. All of these Israelites did not believe in the Most High God and Yahweh. But through the Spirit, the Most High poured His Spirit on these people to make them believe. Right? So in these last days, like I was saying in the book of Isaiah, right, chapter 45 and verse number 20, Salaki, 45 and verse number 20, hold on, if I could get there at some point in time. It says, assemble yourselves together and come. Draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations. They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven images and pray unto a God that cannot save. Tell ye and bring them near, yea, let them counsel together who had declared this from the ancient time. Right? This is the same. He said he's asking that as in a question, right? Who has declared this from the ancient times? The Most High declared this from the ancient times. For us to go tell the people that it's time to go. Go tell the people it's time to prepare to leave this place, right? You go talk to the people and get them to come the way that I'm trying to tell them to go, right? So I just wanted to bring that up, man, because that's a big deal of what's going on in these last days, and that's part of prophecy too, is us coming together, man, right? To be able to defeat the wiles of the devil, man. If I'm around you, right, 16 hours out of the day, I can see when the devil is about to hit you. I can see when your head is about to hang low. I can see when your hands is not as high as they used to be. I can see when you praying, you don't pray as loud as you once did. You don't pray as long as you once did. And I could show that to you, and that way it could get you more and more on fire, man. Right? But it takes us coming together and go and call out people from sin into the righteous ways of the Most High God. Right now, you.
Con. That's right. That's right. I like that part where it says, "Who have declared this from ancient time, man? It ain't your fake pastors, man. It ain't your damn Nostradamus and all these fake seers, man. The Most High already established it from the beginning all the way to the end, man. You know, that's a rhetorical question. The Lord did it, man. Yahweh, right? All
Mm-hmm.
praise, all praises. So yeah, man, we need to become that treasure, you know, on a deep level. We really need to become something that does not lose its value over time, but gains more value over time. You know, you were once something, now you falling by the wayside and you out the truth, man. You know, coming into this knowledge, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, doing the work, 10 toes down in the streets, right? Holding camp, doing these videos, and now you ain't doing nothing no more, right? Now you losing your value. Now you becoming a moth and corrupted and you rusting, man. Right? We need
Man.
to we need to get the dinks out of arm. We need to kind of be that pearl that doesn't get all dirty and covered with mold. We need to polish that pearl up every day. You know, when we go out to the streets, we're about to go to the highways and byways today, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Bid them to come in, show them their value. But the only way you can show someone else their value, right, in the Most High, is that you have to be an example of that in the sense as well, right?
Yeah, first you have to understand. You have to understand first that you're of value.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can express it right to other people their value.
Let's go to the Matthew chapter 6, man. Classic, right? Matthew 6 and 19. It says right here, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Meaning what? Don't put your cares and value into things that are vain in this world, because eventually they're going to become corrupted. It's going to get moth and rust all over it, man, and it's going to become invaluable, right? You need to care so much about the things that the Most High wants us to care about, which is the kingdom, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the keeping of the commandments, things that pertain to the eternal kingdom. And don't take something like that and just leave it out for anybody to come and take from you, man. No, you need to really get that safe, get a double safe, get a triple safe, 4 locks on it, chains around it, you know what I'm saying? And really store it up, man. Right? Verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Right? And here goes that one we just read from Luke, right? But in Matthew, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, right? So your treasure needs to stay in your mind. You need to keep that value in your mind. And what's that value? You being chosen by the Most High. You need to value that. The commandments, you need to really value that. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the reward that we gain for enduring through these affliction and becoming coming out like gold through that fiery furnace. You need to value that, right? And you really need to keep your mind there, man, because that's where your mind should be, right? Let me go to so one thing I want to pull up right here, Colossians 3, right? So let's start at 1. It's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 1. If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Yahweh Shai sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
Mm.
Right. So let's dive deep into that word affection. Right. Set your affection on things above. Right. Boom. Affection, proneo, which is think, regard, mind, be minded, savior, be of the same mind, like minded, to have understanding, be wise, to feel, to think. Right. Now let's go to I want to pull it up in the regular dictionary. Affection definition, boom.
Hey,
Affection.
I'm about to run in the crib right quick. I'll be back.
Gone. Affection means a gentle feeling of fondness or liking, right? Fondness, love, liking, endearment, feeling, sentiment, tenderness, warmth, warmness, devotion, care, caring, attentiveness, right? Closeness, attachment, affinity, friendliness, friendship, intimacy, and so on, right? So we need to set these things on things that are above, these definitions on things that are above. And what's above, right? The kingdom, the reward, right? The peace, the no more mourning, the mirth, right? Saving our people from that hellfire that's coming, man, by these nukes. So we need to set our mind on all of these different definitions. We need to care about what things that are above. We need to be attentive, right? Attentiveness to things that are above. You understand? And look, man, once you do that, you're gonna have a plethora of doors open of understanding, and the Most High is gonna pour His Spirit out on you, and you're gonna realize that everything that's in this world is vain, right? And I know a lot of Jakes in this truth right now, and a lot of Eves that are in this truth right now, they go through that, right? They see they see behind the curtain of the Wizard of Oz, man. They see the man behind the mirror, you know. But our people are still lost out here, and we need to exhort our value to let them know that they're valuable as well, man. Right? Don't just take this understanding and this wisdom and just run and hide with it, man. Right? We need to show people who really want to get that treasure and have that treasure for themselves that it's something worthwhile, man. You understand? Let's go back. So again, verse 1 says, if ye be risen with Yahushai, seek those things which are above, where Yahushai sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. Verse 3. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Yahweh and Yahweh. Right? So we're dead through the flesh, man. We're dead through carnality. We're dead through the works of the world. We're dead for the affection of the world, right? But our life, meaning what? After this flesh, after these bodies, after the carnality of our mind, our life that's going to be presented to us, right, which is that eternal life, is hid, it's stored, it's treasured up, it's valued in Hamashiach Yahushai while Yahweh. You understand? So when you do what the Lord wants us to do, and we treasure these things that He has given to us, He's gonna hide us and treasure us up to receive that eternal kingdom. You understand? Verse 4. When Yahushua, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Meaning what? Now everything is going to come to fruition. Everything's going to be made known as something that it was very much worthwhile. It was the best investment that you can ever make, man. Right? Stacking those treasures in heaven, and it's going to be issued out and dished out to you, Salakia, tenfold. Right? So I want to read this part one more time. It says, "For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Hamashiach in Yahweh." Your life is treasured, your life is valued, your life is stored up for the eternal kingdom, the 12 gates, man, to reign with Yahweh Shai. Go ahead, I yield on that one.
Con, do me a favor, man. Try to text Shamak, man. See what he doing because he's trying to wait till the last minute.
Okay, Khan.
All right. So, what we on right now? Colossians, for you dead and life is hid in Christ. The main thing always gonna go back into trust, man. And if you really trust in the Lord, man, you gonna do what He said and move how He said to move. He said, "Watch for the times, man. You gotta watch for the time." So right now, man, with all this war and rumors of war, right, we see that that's a portion of the signs of the time, right? Up in let me see, the book of Matthew, right, chapter 24 and verse number and verse number, hold on, pass away and that there, I don't know no man. Salaki. It's in here somewhere. Hold on. It's rumors of wars and war. Okay, there we go. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse number 6. Right? It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." So we already have the pestilences and earthquakes. It don't look like we living in a famine, but a lot of produce is fake. That's how we get GMO chicken, beef, all these different things, right? That's not foster formed, right? Or Angus beef, right? If it doesn't have a name brand on there from whatever farm it comes from, right? Trust and believe me, that's some lab grown GMO chicken, man. Right? The stuff that be at the deli and you get it and they kind of like package it up for you yourself at the Stater Brothers or at the what they got out there in Florida. Um, Public, right? If they package that thing up for you and they don't tell you where that meat come from, hey man, look here, man. 7 times out of 10, that's some GMO modified, man. Right? So we're already in the famine, man. It just don't look like it, you know. So the famine already here, earthquake in diverse places. They had an earthquake in Buffalo, New York, like what, like 5 months ago, right? But lately they just had two earthquakes, right? In weird places, man. I think one of them was in Miami. It's been weird places. They've been having earthquakes, man. Y'all can look it up. Earthquakes been happening every day, man. Sometimes two, three times a day, right? And then you have what, pestilences, man. You had the vid, right? You had the vid, right? You had the monkeypox just went down. You had this new strand of the vid that just went around, and they call it a different name, the revised vid or whatever. You know, these things are happening. Wars, rumors of wars, wars is going on right now, and more wars is brewing up. So it's saying rumors of wars because they're talking about it. They talking about how the UN is about to go against BRICS, man. All day, every day for the last like 4 years, man. Right? We've been talking about it for the last 15 years, right? Before I even thought about the truth, right? So we see, man, right now, bro, we at the exact end. But the Lord said what? He said, all these, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrow. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning, man. Right? When we read, I believe it's Second Ezra chapter 16, that's from the beginning closing out to the end, man. Where you raiding houses and you trying to get food from somewhere, and you know, all these different things popping off, man. These towns about to get bad to where cannibalism is gonna be a real thing. It's gonna say that's forearm steak right there. That's the thigh. That's the inner part of the thigh right there. You know, of a Asian man. You know, these days are coming, man. So
That's right.
prophecy is unfolding, and I yield with that.
Prophecies unfolding, man. And another thing that we've witnessed or what's happening, man, is a great example of putting your trust in this world, putting your value into this world, thinking that you can control it, everything, man. Right? That doing what you think you're doing is gonna save you, and our brothers and our sisters are caught up with it, right? Like this right here, what they call what panic buying, right? Panic buying, man. Look at this madness, man. This damn ad. But yeah, panic buying, trying to hurry up and get things and stuff like that. And that's just exhorts a great example of where their mind is really at, not letting the Lord provide. And I'm not talking about the heathens that are doing it, right? I'm talking about our people who are getting involved with the ways of the heathens, following that type of trend, right? Let's see what they're saying.
And what we're seeing in these grocery stores, Anna?
Rusty, Katie, Sam's Club confirmed to me earlier today that they are seeing people on the search for toilet paper. Now let's take a look at the shelves. These photos and videos were sent to us by viewers who noticed the bare shelves during their shopping trips earlier today. The bare shelves are in anticipation of impacts from the dock workers' strike that started Tuesday. However, the American Farm Bureau Federation says the shortages will most likely be perishable items, not toilet paper. This includes bananas, cherries, and hot peppers, but other goods like imported alcoholic beverages and cars could also be impacted.
Yeah, man, they over here buying up all the toilet paper, all of the goods, man, like it's the end of the world, right? Putting their trust in the world, you know? That's where their value lies, and our people get caught up with that, right? Now, that's just a small fraction, a small, tiny taste, man, of what's really going to come to this place, right? That dock worker strike, and the port was held up for a day or two, and now everyone's panic buying, thinking that it's not going to be stock, and like the dock workers is never coming back, and they was back to work in 2 days. Now, all of that stuff was just for nothing, right? Oh man, I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was over. Them dock workers stopped working. Now I'm just kind of, I gotta buy. Now you looking like a fool, man. Like now you at home thinking, man, what was I thinking, man? Right? Why am I trusting the Lord? Why I trust in the ways of man? Why did I panic so much going out and buying everything, thinking there's gonna be a famine, Why did I not trust in the Lord to aid me through that? Why our people are not thinking like that? So we need to really again need to understand, what do we value? Do we value the kingdom, or do we value this world, man? Right? Preset. Let's see what I got right here. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 2. Right?
Yeah, and one thing on that too, and brothers, we was having a discussion about that Monday, man, before I went through my go through, and really, even as us knowing everything that we know, we just gotta slightly prepare. All you for famines and everything that's going on that will go on, bro, you just have to slightly prepare. As long as you have about like a 10 pound bag of rice, a 10 pound bag of beans, and a 5 gallon thing of water, you good, bro. You good. That's it, bro. Like you don't have to overstock, because if you overstock, what you gonna do with that? You need to have something that you can carry out with you.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of our people, they got suckered in. They got suckered into what society was doing, right? Instead of keeping their trust up in the Lord. All right, yeah.
Yeah, man, you're right. You're right. You stored up damn 3 to 6 years worth of food in your house, and now but bombs is dropping on your place, man. Missiles is lighting your building up. Now all of that stuff is just for nothing, right? Put in all that work, all of that trust in your goodly desires and your worldly desires and your things that pertain to this world, thinking it's gonna save you. It'll be gone in an instant. Right? How
Man,
many of these buildings are getting bombed and destroyed overseas right now? Right? But you over here stocking up 2 years, 2 to 6 years worth of food, and your pantry's all lit up, and you over here hoarding stuff. Oh, I'm prepared for the famine, but then it gets destroyed in an instant. Now that was all just for nothing. Now you just put to shame, right? That's that's
man.
that's Rob. That's a good point right there. But on Proverbs 2, let's start at verse 1, right? Proverbs 2:1 says here, my son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee. You see that? Straight to the point. Hiding the commandments. Again, when you hide something, that means you're valuing that something more than anything else, right? You're storing it up to be kept safe because you value it so much, man. Right? So if you hide my commandments with thee and hide my commandments with thee, so thou so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding, yea, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of Yahweh and find the knowledge of Yahweh. Right? So we need to treat what the Most High has given us as silver, right? And we need to search for these things of high value, right? Which is the understanding, the commandments, the fear of Yahweh, you know, knowledge, wisdom. We need to treat these things as silver, as gold, as rubies, and we need to search out these things as if we're trying to find a million damn dollars in the dirt somewhere, man. Right? The effort you want to put in, yeah, we got the damn metal detector. You over there looking for the man, I know it's here. 100,000 gold coins, man, from back in the day, worth billions, right? You searching for these worldly affairs. We need to be searching for the things the Most High has offered us in that same manner, right? Verse 6: For Yahweh giveth wisdom out of his mouth. For Yahweh giveth wisdom out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. Right? So preservation is the same as saved, is the same as being kept, right? Being kept safe, preserved for a later time because you value that thing on a high level. So this is what we need to do for what? For what? Commandments, right? We need to value wisdom. We need to value understanding. knowledge, right? And we need to seek these things as silver. We need to search out these things as hidden treasure, right? And when we do these things, now we understand the reverence, the high respect, and the high gratitude that the Most High has given us enough mercy and grace to be able to still search out this valuable treasure. You understand? Man, that's powerful right there. That's powerful right there. I like that one. Right. Psalms 119 and verse 1, right? It says here, that's like in verse 11. And it says here, look, Psalms 119 and 11. Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. Right? So the word as well, right? The word of Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai. We need to hide this in our minds, deep down, where nobody can take it away, right? So when it says, you need to stack these treasures in heaven, where moth or rust does not corrupt, nor where thieves break in and steal. Where can they not steal it? They cannot steal it from your mind. You understand? They're going to have us on our knees and asking us which God we serve and to take that mark of the beast. And you know what we going to say, man? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? We need to implant it deep on our mind, safe, and keep it really safe, hid and out of the hands of the wicked, man. Right? Because once you give up in that day, right? Who do you serve? Are you an Israelite? No, I'm not an Israelite. I'm just an American citizen. Hey, you're giving up that treasure when you do that. But if you're on your knees and you're ready to die and be a martyr for Yahweh Shai, right? You saying Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and you getting your head chopped off, that means they were not powerful enough to take that treasure away from your mind, man. That's cold. That's cold right there. I didn't even think about that one last night, man. That just came to my mind right now. They can't take this treasure. Interrogation and all that stuff. They interrogating you, you know what I'm saying? And giving you that, what's it called? What's that thing where they put the water on your head? They put the cloth on your head?
It's called waterboarding.
Yeah, waterboarding. They waterboarding us. They ain't taking this treasure, man.
Yeah, God.
They ain't
Yeah, I
doing
done
that.
been through way too much. I ain't giving this up. That's why I was telling them, when you come to serve the Lord, that's why they
You cut out really, really heavy. You like out of two right
why
now.
this is why they say that in Sirach chapter 2 and 1. Right? It's because when you come to serve Yahweh and you keeping these commandments, it's like the Lord commands to test you every level. Like every time you level up and you keeping more of the commandments, you having more fear, the Most High put Satan on you again to say, okay, make him stronger. Okay, prove him more. Okay, he's ready. Right? We're gonna let him. He's good. He don't need to go through the fire no more. Right? Only light affliction for him here on out. You know, and when we come to serve the Lord, bro, there's a lot of things we got to go through. There's a lot of things that Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, have to take away from us. You know, you got that? What I asked you for?
Nah, I didn't hear you. You cut out.
Sirach 2 and 1.
Okay, come.
Yeah, I'm in the country area right
All right, I got it. I got it. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
now. And that right there, it's because the more you shed off, the more you trust in the Lord, the bigger your judgments get. Because the Most High want to see if it's life, if it's your life you have to give up, are you willing to give that up? But before we get to that point, let me continuously strengthen up the judgments that I set before you. Because really, I was supposed to kill you but I see you want to be a good servant, and I want to tell you, well done, my good and faithful servant. But it comes with me testing how much you truly believe, right? Because the Lord tells us to prove a friend, and the Lord told us He proved us in Egypt. He gotta prove us again, and it comes through trials and tribulations, right? But through those things, we get this. Drop down to verse 10. I mean verse 5.
Verse number 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
And we want to become those acceptable men, just like it tells us in Second Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, study to show thyself approved unto God. Nobody not worried about showing themselves approved unto man. We're worried about proving ourselves to the Most High God so we can get that salvation, man. Because this salvation is going to be unbelievable, and it's going to be a bigger than salvation than anybody have ever seen or heard of, man. Like what we read about is going to be 10 times that, you know? Drop down to verse 8.
Verse 8. Ye that fear Yahweh, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
And that at the end of the day, because you're gonna go through all these afflictions, you're gonna go through trials and errors, right? Your brain is gonna tell you that you have to work on the Sabbath. Your brain is gonna tell you that you have to work on the new moon. But when you keep your flesh under subjection, right, you get a lesser sin you get a lesser judgment for the thought of sin, right? But if you act on that thing, there's judgments that have to come with that, man. And due to us having a merciful God, he might not kill you. He might just put you through a whole lot of bullshit to see if you could correct that thing, right? And never do it again, you know? So when you come to serve the Lord, man, just know, man, old ways for new ways is not easy. And the Most High, every level that you get to, the level become harder until you beat the game, right? So we're like level 3 right now. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to make it to level 10. You know?
God, you ain't in Bowser's castle yet. Yeah, you're barely on Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about with Mario.
A lot of you
Go ahead,
Jakes
though.
think
King, I
a lot of
I
you,
yield right there. I just want to bring
yeah.
that out because that's the whole point. That's how we making through the spirit. Really, at the end of the day, how about you, y'all shy? But we doing our part in coming back to the Lord, praying to Him, repenting, seeking His face early, going to sleep at night, praying to Him. Right. So we're doing our little bit to make this kingdom come, man. Right. And it's all through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will being done, right? That these things are coming to pass, man. So pat yourself on the back, man, to you guys that's being obedient and enduring these different temptations and afflictions, because through us, the king, through ultimately the Most High God, Yahushua, the angels, then through us, right? Our kingdom is at hand, man. And we bringing it forth.
Con. That's right. All praises, man. But a key point I want to tap in on right here is, when you're going through the fire of affliction, when you're going through temptation by serving the Lord, that's the testing grounds to see what you're truly going to value in the end, right? Yeah, I value the Lord so much, and I value these commandments so much, man. I'm going to keep my foot on that same path, right? But a lot of you Jakes and a lot of Eves, they say, you know what, man, I'm just going to go back to the world. I don't value the truth that much enough. I value the world more. I think I was living better in that world just because of the temptation you could not endure. You're thinking like that, right? You're not believing in the Lord. That's why verse 8 says, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Right now, I want to get that also kind of the same sentiments in Second Ezra chapter 8, right? Second Ezra chapter 8 and verse number 50. 51, right? It says verse 50, watch this. Second Ezra chapter 8 verse 50 says, For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right? So great miseries, great troubles are going to come to those who are prideful in valuing the things of the world. But on the contrary, 51, but understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. Meaning we need to be seeking out the glory and the righteousness and that we extol and we exhort out into the world, walking in and keeping of the commandments and trusting in the Lord and believing in him. Verse 52, for unto you, who's the you? Those that are keeping the commandments, those are that are enduring through that affliction, and still, even though through the temptation, through the trials and hardships that we're going, we're still putting the value of the kingdom and the value of the truth above everything else, right? That is the you here. For unto you is paradise, Slakia. For unto you is paradise opened, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom, right? So that's the reward. That's the reward that shall now fail us. You understand? If you keep that value open, we might not see it right now with our own eyes, but having enough faith and belief where you understand that everything in the end, because the Lord knows the beginning and the end, and having enough faith and belief in that very end, we know that these attributes are going to be applied. It's already there, right? Oh no, nah, they didn't call me. They didn't let me know that the tables is ready, the dishes is ready. They I ain't hear nothing about it. No, man. If the Lord says that it's going to be ready, it's going to be ready. Now you need to prepare yourself for it. You need to get your garments clean. You need to take a shower and bathe yourself and cleanse yourself, because you have enough faith and hope and belief that it's going to be ready by the time you get there. Yahweh willing, we get there, right? Man, that's the reward right there. That's crazy. All praise it. All praise it.
All praise to the Most High. You got any articles or anything like that? Any more videos you want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
go into?
yeah. I got you real quick. Let me finish this. Let me finish this. It says right here, the root of evil is sealed up from you. Right. That's another form of the reward. Wickedness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption
Mm,
is fled into hell to be forgotten. See that?
man,
Now the moth is not going to be there for your treasure. The corruption is not going to be there to engulf and around your treasure, right? The things that you value, the kingdom is not going to be corrupted. It's not going to gain any rust. It's not going to have any mold or moth or none of that stuff, right? All of that stuff is going to be fled or flee into hell. It's going to be buried, right? To be forgotten. Verse 54, here's the key. Sorrows are past, and in the end is showed the treasure of immortality, right? So in the end, all of these things are going to be made into fruition, right? What's another word for fruition? What is the first um 5 letters of fruition? It's fruit, right? Let's get that fruition definition. And the word fruition is the word fruit, right? And when you produce fruit, that's something of value. That's something of a great reward after hard labor, right? Fruition right here says the point at which a plan or project is realized. Now you're going to
man,
realize in that time, like, man, it was all worth it, man. It was all worth it. You know, the state or action of producing fruit. More definitions, real quick. Boom. No, that's it on that. Actualization, fulfillment, realization, actualization, materialization, achievement. Man. So all of these things are going to come to pass. And now at that very end, when that reward comes, when it's fulfilled, then you're going to realize that it was actually something that was worth waiting for and enduring for when it materializes in your presence. See that? That's crazy how that goes together. Fulfillment, realization, actualization, materialization, achievement. Man. Oh,
That,
watch this real quick. So like, and I got you. It says fulfillment, right? So when these things get fulfilled, then you will realize that it was actually something that was worth waiting for when it materializes in your presence, right? The things that you have achieved and you are able to obtain. Now you've accomplished these things, and that's the final resolution of your hard labor and endurance. And now you are made a success. Now you are made complete. Now it's a consummation, right? Which means the action of making a marriage or relationship complete, right? That's that new covenant, right? And that's the final conclusion. Now we need to bring everything to a close because now we're reigning in the kingdom and everything is finished, made into perfection. We're matured through our flesh and we're matured in the spirit, right? And now we're ripe, affecting all of us. That's crazy how it all flows together, man. All praises to the Most High, man. That's the spirit that was moving on that understanding right here. Look at that, man. All praises. I love that.
You didn't put it on the screen, but you went through it.
Right here, fulfillment, realization, actualization, materialization. So all of this stuff flows together in the understanding of
perfect harmony.
Go ahead, King, you got it.
I was gonna say, man, you got any more videos, articles, anything like that?
Yeah, I do have something right here, actually, right? Okay, look, here we go. Boom, boom.
Released by bombing targets in Yemen. Further airstrike.
Right here.
Correspondent Paula Gerlin.
So, of course, these nations put their value into the world. Our people put their value into these nations. The end result of putting your value into this world and in these nations is just going to have the only result is going to be destruction, chaos, everybody running to and fro, chickens with their heads cut off, war, pain, sorrow, misery, no peace. All of these things are embodied within putting your value in the ways of this world and in the ways, in the hope, in the trust of these nations, right?
Who's returned from the Bekaa Valley to assess the impact of Israel's campaign there. But first,
look at this. Look at this.
Fear has been that the conflict there could escalate into a wider regional war.
He said the fear there is that this conflict can escalate into a wider regional war, meaning it's just going to expand, right? It's going to expand to the point where all the nations are going to get involved. World War III, right? Right now, they're just in a state of war, but eventually it's going to become a world war, right?
And those fears will not ease today.
Israel's military reach and power is long and strong. This is not Lebanon or Gaza, but almost 2,000 kilometers away in Yemen. The target, one of the country's biggest ports and 2 power stations controlled by Iranian-backed Houthis. The operation directed by Israel's defense minister.
We have no interest in expanding the war. We have no interest in looking for additional fronts. But if somebody attacks Israel, as the Houthis have recently done with missiles, and throughout the war with cruise missiles and drones, anyone who carries out such an attack, we will settle the account with them, and we know how to do it.
Israel is not holding back. Its Air Force releasing footage as they set off for the raid.
Go ahead.
He said, look, man, they've been shooting missiles. We've been blocking them, so we just have to show them, nigga, if y'all keep on shooting them this way, we're gonna fuck y'all. We're gonna select you. We're gonna mess y'all up. You feel what I'm saying? That's why we sent those to the hoop. That's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So then he said, and anybody else that got a problem with it and they want to do something about it, we're gonna show them too that we ain't the ones to be messed with. Man.
Yeah, that's right, man. They talking real saucy right now, man. They talking that talk.
You know, talking that talk. Well, it said that we know what we was hitting. but it was like 20 miles away from Lebanon. But yeah, we know what we was hitting. They've been shooting missiles and we've been blocking them. So we just went ahead and showed them what it tastes like. Damn.
Yeah, man. They just struck down, pinpoint targeted a Mossad intelligence building, man. You know, trying to knock out their communications. They know what they're doing, man. So if these nations are very strategic in the way they handle warfare, you Jakes and you Eves need to be strategic in the way you handle these commandments, man. Right?
Man, yeah, and they knew that I think they said something about they knew that it was going to be incoming equipment to help the adversaries of Israel brought there. You know, it was already brought there, and that's why they bombed it. Because if you're going to help somebody that's going against us, then you're against us.
Mm-hmm. Man.
But go ahead. I just wanted to point that out.
God, look at this video right here. I wonder if something's gonna happen while she's dancing. Oh no, I was just I thought
that a big boom, huh?
Yeah, big boom or something, man, on the screen. But that's what's going on though, man. All right, let me see. Oh, look at this right here. Boom, look. Man, killed, man. Look, man, this is some Modern Warfare 3 type of story mode campaign thing that's going on right now, man.
Execution.
Killing off their leaders. Let me see what he says about that.
Have a look at this pyramid here. The Israeli military says that it has assassinated all of these senior Hezbollah commanders. So just how has this Israeli campaign been able to penetrate Hezbollah security so comprehensively?
It certainly looks like something that would have been put together over probably years. It would have been built up from multiple disciplines. So that's signals intelligence, interception of communications, the analysis of imagery, be that satellite or covertly taken photographs, but almost certainly some kind of human intelligence.
Yeah, in other words, spies on the ground. Once the Israelis located Nasrallah, their Air Force F-15 warplanes reportedly dropped 80 bunker-busting bombs. They hit the underground cellar in South Beirut and Dahia, where he was meeting top commanders. So it's clear that Hezbollah's security is deeply compromised by Israeli intelligence. Nasrallah will be replaced, and soon, by someone with similar religious credentials.
It says the Hezbollah's military, right? Their leaders are it's like, what do you say?
By Israeli intelligence.
Right here.
They hit the underground cellar in South Beirut and Dahia, where he was meeting top commanders. So it's clear that Hezbollah's security is deeply compromised by Israeli intelligence.
Said Hezbollah's security is deeply compromised, man. They know where you at. They know where you're going. They know where you're going to be, right? And this is talking about the top leaders, man. The ones who are running the show, man. They know where you can't hide from them, right? But guess what? These nations' security is deeply compromised by the eyes of the Most High, man. They know where you're going. They know where you at, and you can't hide from them, man. Right? You're going to be strategically pinpointed and destroyed by Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, and the angels, man. You know? So you ain't getting away with it either. See how that work out? How you like them apples?
Man, and the thing is that like the Lord said, man, and you could get it as well, man. Our warfare is not carnal but spiritual, right? By pulling strongholds down, man. The sins that you really just can't get rid of, man, or the thoughts of sins that you can't really get rid of, man. You know, I really got to work this week because blah 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 on the Sabbath, you know. I really got to eat this because that's the last bit of money I got, and I got catfish instead of pollock, you know. No, brother, you need to throw that shit away and fast. No, brother, you need to fast and ask the Lord to help you.
I got it. Read it.
Yeah, come.
2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds.
That's our weapons, right? Like how they saying, and then we're gonna if you come against us, then we're gonna hit this and we're gonna go right close to you and hit them, and if you import in here, we're gonna get that, and all that little strategic planning they're doing. That's the way we gotta be when it comes to the stronghold that's on our people and on ourselves, man. The things that the bad habits we just can't break up off of us, man. We gotta be we gotta be strong at knocking these damn walls down, man, that we got built up, man. Like you got people, man, you like, man, pepperoni, I gotta give up pepperoni pizza. Like, nah, man, I can't do that, And they heard about it, man, I gotta give up not sleeping with all these men, not sleeping with all these women, not being a homosexual, I just can't do it, man. Those strongholds, man. I gotta stop smoking cigarettes. And that's our warfare, man. Like the brother was going into, man. Our warfare is not, what bombs we need to see to send to clear out 20 miles of the area in Austin, Texas. That's not our warfare, man. It's defeating these evil spirits that's in us and around us. Right, read on.
Verse number 5. It says, casting down imaginations.
What?
Casting down imaginations.
It says imaginations because all sin starts in the mind, right? And you imagine things, and that's what makes you a sinner, man. And the mind is an evil place, man. It's an evil place. It's the devil's playground. And if you're not staying on the Lord, they got evilness that'll creep in, man. And you got to rebuke that thing at the door, man. A lot of us invite that thought in, You kind of like say, hey, you want to bite a pizza, We let that thought in, have it sit down at the table with us, And we really got to say, hey, that thought? Nah, bam, close the door in this face, man. Don't even give them a drink of water. You can get it from the hose across the street, We got to shut down these imaginations, man. Our thoughts bring forth sin, man. Check them at the door, right? Read on.
And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh.
And that's what all these imaginations do. That's what all these strongholds do. They exalt themselves above the ways of the Most High God, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But we don't have a temple, so I don't have to come together on the first and the last day. We don't have a temple, so it's not really, it's not really a commandment that I have to do the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. It's not really because we don't have a tabernacle, but we are the tabernacle, right? We give sacrifice of our lips, prayer, fasting, right? Obedience, So they got many things. They got many things that we need to check that's within us, man. And it all comes from imagination. Man. But at the end of the day, what it's trying to do is trying to deter us and bring us further away from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right now, you.
Reading on. And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach Yahushua.
And that goes into that same thing, man. You check that thing at the door, man. Close that mug, man. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it's a closet door, and every time it figure out how to pick the lock, you close that thing and put another bolt on that thing. You know what I mean? We gotta really watch, what we think about, man. How we move, what we watch, what we listen to. Like everything, is spirits and spiritual, man. And if you let spirits dwell in you for too long, man, they grow like damn transformers, man. You know, like a damn parasite, man. It just grows over time if you don't kick it the hell out. All right, now you.
Con. That's right. That's right. And that right there also shows how much you value something more than something that's contrary to that. You gotta value obedience more than disobedience, right?
Yeah.
Just to re-wrap that back around for the title. But I want to bring this out though too, right? The rest of these precepts real quick. Let me go here. Let me go to the book of Sirach, chapter 41. Right. Sirach chapter 41 and verse number.
There's a little bit more to be said on that video too, whenever you can.
Yeah, we can finish it. Here you go. Hold on.
Nasrallah will be replaced, and soon, by someone with similar religious credentials.
And there's another thing too. Netanyahu, right? Of the Israeli prime minister, whatever. He said that we're trying to liberate Palestine, and we're gonna go and liberate the black people in Africa next. What they're really saying is that the same thing we're doing here in Palestine, we go into Africa next. You see the wickedness, man. They try to cover stuff up with they smooth words, man.
And liberate just means put them under our subjection, put them under captivity. That's all liberate means to them.
Free them from their political status and put them under our political status, man.
Yeah,
that's what they're saying, man. That's why. That's why.
They're not playing either.
God.
But it could take years for that new leader to build up a following, and in this climate, time is probably not on his side.
Oh man, this I want to put this out right here. Where's that going? Oh, look at this! Look at this right here.
Well, back when I was in the Marines, they taught us that if they ever drop a really big bomb, they told us to hold up your thumb just like this. And if the cloud is smaller than your thumb, now you run for the hills.
And if it's bigger than your thumb?
They told us not to bother running.
So that's actually a true saying right there, right? If you see nukes drop and the mushroom cloud right rolls up like a scroll, if you hold your thumb up to it, right, and if the cloud is smaller than your thumb, you have a chance of running away and getting as far away as you can. But if the cloud is looking the distance bigger than your thumb, then you have no chance. Don't even bother running because you can't escape that. Even if it's just a small millimeter above your thumb. If your thumb cannot cover that mushroom cloud, you have no chance, right? You're finished, right? That's what he's saying here. But that's actually a true saying, though.
Do you think it's going to happen?
I certainly hope not.
Man, and that's what our people think today. Do you think it's going to happen? I hope not. There's a plethora of people that I've seen at camp, heathens, I asked them, you think America's going to be destroyed? I hope not. Do you think America's going to win the war of World War III? Of course. They're putting so much value and hope into this world, to this nation, man. They don't know what's coming, right? That's just what he's saying right now too. Let's read that again.
Dad?
Let me see.
Can I have a slice, Dad?
Let me see. If I can't muscle you.
I think it's right here. Do you think it's gonna happen? Hold on.
Right. But us cowpokes, I certainly hope not.
Yeah, I certainly hope not.
I certainly hope not. I certainly hope not.
Because, man, they love their world so much, man. I certainly hope this place don't fall because I love America so much. I love the values of it. I love what it has to offer. And it's not just Edomites and these heathens doing that. It's our people caught up in that same type of understanding and mindset as well, right? They need to understand that there's something of higher value rather than this Yahweh forsaken world, man, right?
But us cowposts, we take it as it comes, right?
We take it as it comes, man. You know? Yeah, you gonna have no choice in that day to take it as it comes, man. You know? And that's what's going on, man. It is what it is. You can't escape from it. It's finished, man. Shalom. I'll call all y'all Bashim Shabrakatan.
Shalom. Call y'all Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah.
Khan. I got sleepy face mode on. You over there catching them Z's, man.
Yeah.
You know? Getting that sleep in, get bounced up, keep doing the work, man.
That's right.
Y'all about
Yeah.
Shalom,
All right. Shalom.
Yeah, but we're going into, man, we laying out the foundation of understanding of bringing out what World War III is and all of the stuff in between it, and we're trying to get the people to see it and to really examine themselves on what they value more. Do they value this world more? Because if you value this world, this is what's going to happen. Let's get forward. Boom, right here, right? Boom. That's what's going to happen if you value this world and you don't value the kingdom. This is going to be the end result. How do we know that? Because we believe and we trust in the Most High enough to take heed to His words and to take heed to His prophecies. Right? Now you flabbergasted. Now he looking like, man, I ain't never thought this was going to happen. Everything that I've built, everything that I've worked for, all my values and trust I put into this world, it could just end just like that. And now look at him. He's shamefaced. Right? But that's going to happen regardless to the heathens. The key point is we don't want our people to fall in that snare, man. We don't want you to be shamefaced. We don't want you to be, caught with your butt out, man. Pants down, slipping, lacking, what they say in the world, right? Look at that mushroom cloud, man. his face, huh? His face right there. That right there. Y'all was real. These Israelites was telling the truth.
He said that's definitely, he ain't even hold up his thumb. He was like, that's definitely bigger than my thumb.
God, you got an opinion on that, Mattathiah?
What you say?
What you think about that? He's shocked. He's shocked at what he's seeing, man.
What you saying? Shamefaced,
man.
They said they're gonna be dismayed at the strangeness of our salvation, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're gonna be seeing that everywhere, within this amount of decimals, and then you just see colored people getting beamed up into these things with wheels on the bottom of it. You kind of just looking and you see, damn, that was Jake from across the street right there.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Yeah, look, man. I see why he's shamefaced. Look, this is why. Look, see that? That's why he's shamefaced.
Man.
This is why right here. Look, he ain't got the ribbon of blue. He ain't got the ribbon of blue on his fringes. That's why he like there. Look. Oh yeah, I used nah. No folly. Oh man. Missing the ribbon of blue.
He lacking, dog. He lacking.
But yeah, man, that's what's going on, man. So I want to pull up some more precepts, right, on this stuff. Damn, look at that, man. Look at that. Them clouds is bigger than buildings.
And on that other video, he was saying something about whoever steps in, to rule over Hezbollah or whatever, they gonna, I forget exactly what he said, but it was basically like they gonna succumb to the same religion or belief, as the other ruler that we just got rid of.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is to make everybody submit unto either Christianity, Muslim, or Christianity or Judaism.
That's right. That's right. Man, and what we just see right here, hiding in the dens of the rock. Where that seen that? Right here. Boom. Look. What's that? Daniel 2, I believe. Let me see if I can get there real quick. Daniel chapter 2, I think 21 or 24. Hey, Mathatha, you know what the scripture is? Where they hide in the dens of the rocks?
Hiding in the cliffs of the rock. That sounds like Isaiah or Daniel, yeah.
Let me see. No, I don't off the top.
You can look it up right quick, Paul.
Yeah, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 2.
Isaiah 32 and verse number 2. Go ahead, I'll pull it up on the screen, King, if you can. Yeah, let me remove my screen. Boom.
Get it right.
We're gonna be on here for like another good little 20 minutes and close it out. So you can go ahead and take the rest of it with your brick, man. Put the brick in.
Let's get it right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
That look Eskimo cold.
Oh, hold on.
Sucker got a beanie on and a damn
He said a beanie. I'm wrong. 32. Y'all can see my screen?
You pull it. Here, let me add to the stage. There you go. Con. Zoom in a little bit. Zoom in like probably twice. Yeah, that should be good right there. Scroll down. Uh-huh.
Con, want me to start at verse 1?
Go to the is that where it starts at? Hide in the clefts and the dens and the rocks. Well, Shamak just called me.
all praise to the Most High. So that nigga always being late.
It's not this one? Do you want it?
It is. I'm not sure. Read it.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Nah, that's not it. It's Daniel chapter 9, verse 27. And then let me Daniel 9 and 27. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do in that day. Hey, peace and blessings, shalom to the 2 viewers that are in here, man. You know, hey, we all we got. You know what I'm saying? Even if we got 0 viewers, we still gonna put this out there, man.
That's right.
Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe for the Akim.
The work must go on.
You said Daniel 29 and 27?
Yeah, Con.
This is the book of Daniel. 26.
No, that's not that don't say that. Hold on. Daniel 7 and 25, I think.
Daniel 7 and 25 is
No, you're right. You're right.
We shall reign forever and ever. Oh, that might be 18. My bad. That might be 7 and 18.
Slocky,
Somebody Google it.
yeah, it's Revelation 6 and 15. I did Google it. I don't know why it popped up that. Revelation 6 and 15.
That's what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, con. Boom. Revelation 6 and 15. Con, Taziathan. Hey, man, I wanted to join you live, Vok, on the IG. I don't know if you see me pop in. Right. I popped in for a little second, but, you know, I was in the midst of this live, but I definitely wanted to join, man. All praise to the Most High. Peace and blessings to you and your household. Up.
Shalom, all praise to the Most High.
Con, go ahead and read that up.
Just pop up, keep popping up. Con, this is the book of Revelations, chapter 6 and verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. It
Right.
said
So
to
this.
the mountain.
Go ahead.
It said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
You see that? So it says, hide us from the face of him that sits on the throne, and from the face of the Lamb. Right? That's another cut to Trinity too. That's making a separation between both of them. Right? So that's crazy, and this is what we see here. Right? Matter of fact, this is called the show's called Fallout. It's based off of the video game Fallout. I never played the game, but I'm definitely interested in watching the series to see what it's about, man, on a deeper level. Of course, we know what it's about, Fallout, right? But I want to see all the signs and everything in between it, man. So that's what's going on right here, man. Trying to hide themselves from the wrath of him that sits on the throne and from the face of the Lamb. Look at this. Edomites in derision. Look at them, man. See, now she might not even be an Israelite. She might just have a black mother, right? Israelite mother, and he's the father. So that's why, you know, T and Tamara Mowry type of complexion, you know, what's going on here. So hey, you know, it be like that sometimes. But that's what's going on. See, get to the end. Look at this right here. Boom. And you wicked Jakes and you Eves are not going to escape from this, man. So again, don't value this world, because if you value this world, this is the result of that. This is the reward. Finish. Right? Finished. Go ahead, grab me the book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. Right, I got about 4 more precepts, man. We're gonna close out of here. Let me pull your screen back up. Go ahead. Matthew 5.
This is the book of 13. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
Right. So the salt of the earth, man, if you ain't salty, right, you have no flavor, you're therefore thenceforth, you know, good for nothing. Another word for good for nothing would be worthless, right? And contrary to the word worthless is valuable. So it's either you want to be invaluable or you want to be valuable. You want to be good for something or good for nothing. So if you have too much value in this world, right, you're going to be considered good for nothing, worthless. If you have value in the kingdom, you're going to be considered good for nothing, worthless in the ways of this world. You see that? These two things cannot mix together. So which reward are you wanting to gain at the end, right? Is it the reward of the wicked, or is it going to be the reward of the righteous? Because if you're deemed worthless and invaluable, by the righteousness of the Most High, you are going to be cast out, trodden under the foot of men, trampled over, tread upon, destroyed, everything in between it. Right? So this is what we want to do. We want to become valuable. We want to be that salt, right? In a plethora of different ways, right? Anybody got a point on that before I move to the next precept?
La.
Grab me the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 11. Ephesians chapter 5 and 11. So the point of this live is what we just went in, right? We brought out a plethora of different precepts showing how to be valuable in different ways in the eyes of the Most High. Now we're showing you, what's going to make you worthless, invaluable in the eyes and in the ways of the Most High. That's what we're doing right now, right?
This is the book. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
Right. So we're not supposed to even mingle around with unfruitful works of darkness, meaning don't put your hand to the plow. Don't be hand in hand and quick to join hand in hand and do the same works to produce unfruitful deeds, right? Because everyone who does so are operating in the state of darkness, in a state of no light, in a state of no salt, in a state of invaluableness, no value. You don't want to produce those fruits, because if you have a tree that's corrupted, it's not going to produce any good fruits. Therefore, it's going to be cast in the fire, pursuant to Matthew chapter 7, right? So being unfruitful is another word for being worthless. Being worthless is another word for being invaluable. This is what you do not want to do, right? So now grab me the book of Mark chapter 4.
And like I was saying earlier too, man, you wanna constantly add value to your reward in the kingdom of heaven, because it makes you more apt to not want to lose it, right? When you put in a lot to something, like let's say a basketball career, if you waking up every morning at 3 o'clock, you do whatever from 3 to 4, you go run from 4 to 5, from 6 to 9, right? You doing gym training, and then from to 4, you doing drills, and you go to sleep, and then you do it all again. When it comes to your time where you might be being able to be drafted in college, right? Hey man, you start going even harder because you don't want to lose your chance due to all that you put in from the age of 5 on up. So when we come into this truth, we want to constantly stack more and more treasures in the heaven, because at the end of the day, when it's time to fall out or fall in, right, you're gonna fall in because you say I'm all in. I put all my chips down on red or black, and I'm all in. If I lose, I lose. All I know at the end of the day, I put my all in there. You know what I mean? And that's what's gonna hold us in these last days, man. That going all in spirit. It's all or nothing.
That's right. That's right. You've been holding a stock in an investment for over 10, 15 years, man. You're not quick to just, let it go, or put it to not let it go to waste. You put in so much effort into something, it's not easy to let it go. So this is what we have to do with the Most High. And speaking on the testament within myself, I put in a lot of work through the Spirit and Power Yah Bashim Yavashai, right, guiding me to do it. Put in so much work, making videos, going to camp, etc., that it's not easy to just throw it all away, man, at all, right? Contrary to some jakes who just barely come into this thing, maybe a week or two, maybe 3 months, they're more susceptible to fall away and to value the world more than they have value in the kingdom and the reward that comes into the eternal life. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that we really need to keep in mind, right? Mattathiah, a good example as well. He just left the ways of the world. How long you been in the truth, Doc?
It's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say at times because
in the truth.
Actually practicing, actually doing 10 toes down, like not knowing about it, but in.
I'll say I only had like I'll say a solid year in it. Solid year in it.
Right. So he's leaning more off of the values that he just left of the world, and he's leaning more onto the value of the reward in the kingdom. So the deeper he gets on doing this work and applying it, the more invaluable the ways of the world is going to become, and more valuable the reward of the kingdom is going to become. Right. And Taziadan Khan, we brought that out earlier. We brought that out earlier, that Colossians 3:2, setting your affection on things above, right? I'm gonna bring that back out for you. Give me a second. Go ahead, Op.
Quick point on that, on this same topic too, you know, and don't think that brothers that been in this thing, you know, for you know, around like 3 to 10 years, they don't have those same thoughts, man. Of damn, man, I'm sick of this shit, bro. Like, you know, they kind of giving up thoughts, man. We all have them, man. You know, but your works, you know, your works and your faith, right? They sustain you. You know that the Most High got something for me. I don't have to worry about the things on this earth, but it get hard because we see. We not blind, bro. We see. You know. And yeah, the same thing happens to brothers that been in the truth for decades, bro. Where it's like, bro, I'm tired, bro. I'm done with this, you know. And then you kind of remind yourself of your work, and you also have brothers and sisters that's good at exalting, right? When you down, call a brother or sister. They be like, damn, so you sound down. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it right now. All right, well, let me remind you of all the things you done. Right? Yeah, you right. You know, and bring the brother spirit back. You know, but we all go through those spirits, right? Of saying of wanting to throw in the towel, man. Right? But there's no time for that in the last days. How you?
God, that's right. No time for that. Ain't no time for that. Go ahead, grab me verse 16.
Verse 16. This is the book of Mark, chapter 4 and verse 16. And these are they, likewise, which are sown on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately received it with gladness.
Right. So when we casting out the seeds, right, a lot of it lands on stony ground, meaning it might seem like it landed, it might seem like it got implanted, it might seem all of these things. They hear the word, they immediately receive, oh, I'm an Israelite, we the Israelites, we the real Jews, right? But verse 17, go ahead.
Verse 17, and have no root in themselves.
Right, but it does not take root, right? Read on.
And so endure, but for a time.
For what?
For a time.
They endure for a time. They value the rewards in the kingdom only for a little while, man. Right? And they start trickling back to the values of the world, and they can't even give it up. They don't stack those treasures in heaven. They don't treasure or value the rewards in the end and the things that the Most High has offered us to keep in value, to treat as pearls. They don't do that, right? They put the world before that, right? Go ahead.
Afterward, when affliction or persecution ariseth for the word's sake, immediately they are offended.
Right. So when affliction starts coming, temptation, persecution, all for the word's sake, they get offended, meaning they're quick to give it up. Right. They're not deep. They're not on defensive mode about it. Like what we just brought out earlier in the time of Jacob's trouble on a high, when we're on our knees and they're asking us take the mark of the beast. Who do you serve? Right. Do you have enough power and value in the treasures that's stored in your mind, which is the kingdom, the commandments, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the faith for peace, the faith for mirth, and everything that comes at the end? Do you have enough of a stronghold on that treasure in your mind, or are you just gonna be like, yeah, here's my treasure, I'm done, you know, yeah, go, you can have it, I'm just an American citizen, go ahead and mark me up. Right? Or you gonna hold on to that treasure chest like, hey, you ain't taking this away from me, right? Right? The scripture says where thieves do not break in and steal, right? They cannot break in and steal. Why? Because it's so impacted and embedded in your spirit and in your mind that they cannot take it away from you. They have to kill you, right? And when they kill you, they still can't be taken away. They cannot take it away, but guess what? You can give it up. They can't literally take it from you, but you can give it up to them. Oh, you know what? Give us the treasure. Give us what you stored up. Give us what you valued the most. And you're over here trying to second guessing. Now you're like, okay, here's my treasure chest, full of the goodly pearls that I stacked up this whole time. That means you wasn't really rooted and grounded in this thing. You only endured for a season, right? And like if you have a base, and you have many locks on it, you're gonna lead them down the pathway and you're gonna give them the access code, man, just so you can stay in this world, because you really valued this world more than you valued the kingdom, right? Are you really willing to die for this truth? Are you willing to get beheaded for this truth? Now you ain't taking this value. You ain't taking my pros. You better cut my head off, right? Read 2 Maccabees chapter 7, man. Right? The 7 sons and the mother. Read that account over and over again so you can keep understanding these biblical accounts on how valuable it is to keep that value stored up to never be taken away. Right? Read on out.
Verse 18. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the world, and it becometh unfruitful.
Choke the word. Right? And it becometh unfruitful. Meaning you have the word, you have all of this stuff embodied inside of a vessel, right? To where you need to be drinking this thing to keep that flow and keep that health going in your body, right? But you choke the bottleneck, and now you ain't even getting the value of the replenishment of that water anymore, right? Because you care too much about the world, like you, right? And when you do these things, you're going to become unfruitful, because what's water? What's the soil without water? It cannot grow, right? The Most High is going to give that water, but if you choke that water out, you're not going to produce any fruits. Therefore, you're going to become that corrupted tree because you cared about this world too much, and you're going to be chopped down, right? Verse 20.
Verse 20. And these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word and receive it, and bring forth fruit, some 30-fold, some 60, and some in 100.
Right. So those that are sown on good ground, meaning that seed is planted, right, and they're growing, and we're bringing fruit constantly, right? 30-fold, 60-fold, and some even 100-fold, meaning you keep on chasing after and applying more value to your works and the reward of the kingdom, right? And you have abundance of different fruits, man, right? Fruit is another word for something that is worthwhile after your hard labors. When you produce that fruit, right? Now you're there like, oh man, look at this mighty yield, right? Damn, and that's I started these trees and these crops 3 years ago. Now look at my field. It all paid off, right? That's the fruit you want to produce, right? Grab me the book of I got 2 more precepts. Give me the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. It's not going to be in the blue letter. You got to just go to your tab.
I got a precept whenever I could get a chance.
Con.
What verse again you said?
Real quick. Let me go. I told Tazi that I was gonna grab that Colossians 3 real fast. Just let me. Just keep your screen on. I'm just gonna share mine real fast. Boom. Yeah. So this is what we brought out earlier, right? Colossians 3:1. It says, "If ye then be risen with Hamashiach Yahushai, seek those things which are above, where Yahushai sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh." Right? Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. So affection, like we brought out, goes into attentiveness, care, love, friendliness, right? All of these things, you need to be affectionate on the things that are above your mortality, right? Above your way of living, the cares of this world. All of these things are above those. So we need to set our cares and our attentiveness, mean being attentive to things that are above, right? Not on things on the earth. Verse 3 says, "For ye are dead." Dead how? Dead in the flesh, right? The cares of this world makes us become dead in the spirit, dry bones, right? And your life, what is your life? Your eternal life, the life of abundance, the life of mirth, the life of peace. All of these things that are of great value is what is hid with Yahweh Shai in Yahweh, right? So they hide all of these rewards for you, right, to obtain it, because they value these rewards and they stack it up and store it up as great treasure. You need to treat it just the same, so that way you're able to receive that reward and that great treasure because you valued it so much. You will be able to obtain it, right?
This right here goes perfect with my precept right quick.
Con, what you got?
Give me Revelation chapter 22 and verse number 12, if that's not already in your arsenal.
No, it's not. Revelation chapter 22.
Because like the brother just went into, that the things that we do, they're hid in Yahweh and Yahweh, meaning he's never gonna let them go. Right? The works that we put in, they follow us. Right? They follow us when we go to heaven, and they follow us when we come back down. Right? And the more that we regenerate, the better, Lord willing, the better we become. Right? Because we go through our judgment and we get a little bit sins off of us. We go through our judgment again, get a little bit more sins off of us. Eventually, we become pure through our generation. That's why he said to the third and fourth generation, that's when you about to come back and be able to be a little bit more smooth, right? So let's go ahead and read that, because, like you said, man, the reward is with Yahweh Shah. Right, go ahead.
Revelation 22 and verse 12. "And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me."
And this reward is not only flames of fire to destroy, but this reward is also flames of fire to heal, right? Like, if you cut off a limb, the quickest way for you to get that limb to heal is to burn it, right? A slow heal would be to wash it, right? Then you have to wash it again. Then you have to wash it again. So when this time of purification come and the Lord comes send his fire, right, he's going to come test and see which manner of work our works are, right? Whether that be wood, stone, stubble, silver, or iron. And it's up to us to have enough good works for our reward to be a good thing and not an evil, not a bad thing. It's still going to be good in the sight of the Lord, but to us, it might seem evil if we're doing wicked. Right? Read on.
My reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be.
Read on.
It says, verse 13, "I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates."
The works that we're trying to put in that's good and incorruptible, right, is the commandment, right? That's what we see right here, man. Our good works that follow us is us being obedient even in the time of affliction, even in the time of the furnace, even in the time of death. That's the reward that follow us into heaven, man. That's the reward that he coming back with, to either give a good reward or destruction, right? Read on, Salaki.
God, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
And then after that, after he come back and give that reward, you know, to the people that have been keeping his commandments and the people that have not been, people that have been keeping the faith and the people that have not been, right? Then we get our chance to enter into those gates, right? So I yield with that.
Matthew, you wanna expound on this verse right here?
I actually had a precept
Bring it out.
goes to
what you
one of
got?
the ones that you brought out earlier, Revelations 14:12. That award, the award that we're talking about.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'll read it for you. You can break it down. Revelation chapter 14 and verse number 12. It says, "Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai."
You continue. Keep going.
And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, "Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them."
That's exactly what Gabor just brought out in 22. Is saying that this is the award of us. Ones that it's the patience of us keeping these commandments, trying to endure the hardness that we're going through on this earth. But even when it says that blessed are the dead which die in the Lord, that's what you brought out. Going back to Colossians 3:3, it says that it says, "For ye are dead, and your life is hid. His life is hid with Christ in God." That's exactly what it's saying for us, that we have to die for the Most High. We have to die for Christ. We have to keep these commandments and endure this hardness on here to get this award. So that,
That's right. Right. Die in the flesh, die in all the ways that make us alive in the world, but dead in the spirit. We need to become alive in the spirit and dead to the world, right? We'll be able to rest from all the endurance and temptations and patience. We'll be able to rest after doing all that labors, right? Because the works at the end is going to follow them, right? And what works is it pertaining to here in Revelation 14? The good works of keeping the commandments, right? Because the works of evil and the works of wickedness is going to follow you, but Revelation 14 is expounding on the good works of keeping of the commandments that are definitely going to follow you, right? Through the Spirit. And I got one more before we close out. Let me get Proverbs chapter 7, because this is a key point of understanding, right? Well, we need
I got an ending precept too.
Right here, Proverbs 7:2 says, "Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye." And what is the apple of your eye? Your focus, right? What you put your pupil on, it reflects back into your mind, and you have an image of that thing. You need to keep your eye on the ball, basically, right? But we need to understand there's a difference between keeping the commandments and doing the commandments. That's why it says, "Keep my commandments, therefore, and do them." Right? So what does it mean to keep? Right? This is a very key point of understanding we need to know. Keep, right, means to keep, guard, observe, give heed, right? Have charge of. Watch this. Right? Preserve, protect. There's another one I want to get. It's down here somewhere. Treasure up in memory, right? So when we're keeping the commandments, right, we're keeping it stored in our mind, and we're keeping it in a high regard and in high value, like treasure, right? Like pearls in the chest, like silver, rubies, gold in the chest. We treasure up the commandments and we retain it in our minds. That's what it means to keep the commandments, right? And actually taking that treasure or taking that thing that is of high value and doing something with it, right? That's the difference between keeping of the commandments and actually doing the commandments, right? And I yield
quick
on that.
point on that precept too. he said to keep the commandments as the apple of your eye. And Zechariah 2:8, he tells us that we're
Oh,
the apple of his eye, and whoever touch us, right? Whoever touch us, right? He gonna deal with them. So the people that make us break the commandments of the Lord, right? The Lord gonna give us the power in these last days. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai willing, right? We're of that number, right? In these last days, man, He's gonna give us the power to execute judgment on these people that make us break the commandments of God, man. You know, and it's crazy the correlation between the two and those two precepts.
God, and now that you said that, since we keep the commandments as the treasure of our eyes, means we hold it in high value. The Most High keeps us as the apple of His eye, means He holds us in high value as well. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect, and that goes all the way back to Colossians 3, right? It's hid. Our life is hid with Hamashiach in Yahweh, meaning it's of high value that they treasure us up. They treasure our reward up. They treasure our end of the great reward of the kingdom up in high regard and in high value. That's powerful right there. That's powerful. Khan, you got the your last precept, King?
Oh, Salakia, my bad. I got so much stuff going on right now. Yeah, Con. Give me First Corinthians, right? We're gonna read from 19. We're gonna read from 19 to 25.
Khan, go ahead,
First
Mattathiah,
Corinthians
grab
9.
that.
Bring it up.
Yeah,
This
First
is like
Corinthians
this is like
9:15.
this is what at the end of the day, like this is what really strengthens me. You feel what I'm saying? I love this chapter because it really gives me the strength that I need to keep on, you know, hitting the speed bag, hitting the power bag, you know what I mean? Kind of getting in there. You feel what
What
I'm saying?
chapter?
Because it is hard to keep up this fight, man, you know, with all these trials and tribulations. Like for real, for real. Hey, do me a favor right quick. Read verse 3 and 4 right quick.
Chapter 9,
Chapter 9. Con.
verse 3 and 4 first. I like this lesson. This a good one. Everything's flowing together
Con.
perfectly.
This is the book of First Corinthians, chapter 9 and verse 3. Mine answer to them, do examine me, is this: have we not power to eat and to drink?
Mm. Go ahead.
Have we not power to lead about a sister, a wife, as well as other apostles, and as the brethren of
Uh,
the Lord?
so, so Paul automatically saying that we got power. We got power to eat and drink. We got power, right, on a spiritual level to eat and drink the knowledge of the Most High God, right? But on another fold, on the regular fold, right, he's saying we got power to eat and drink. We can eat and drink whatever we want, as long as it's lawful, right? Because you got people that's dealing with idols, right? But on a spiritual level, can we eat and drink? Yeah, we can eat and drink all day if we wanted to. You know what I mean? When it comes to the word of God. Then it says, do we not, with our eating and drinking, do we not have the power or the authority or the rulership to lead about a sister that doesn't have a husband, or a sister that have a wicked husband, right? Or apostle, another brother, right, that really love the truth and really want to serve the Lord in truth and sincerity? Do we not have that power? Right? But watch this. Drop down to verse number 19. I wanted to bring that out because context is everything too. You know what I mean? Because we're battling old sins that used to be normal for us. So a lot of the things that we're conquering is like used to be normal stuff, right? Me packing a pack of cigarettes on the top and not the bottom, that was normal, you know. You feel what I'm saying? Me going walk 3 miles to the weed man in Reserve, Louisiana. That was normal. You know what I mean? And now learning how not to lean on that and lean on the Lord, that's abnormal. You know, and that's the fight. The fight is to lean not on your own understanding, but of the understanding of the Most High and the milk of the Scripture. Right? Go ahead and read verse 19.
This is verse 19. For though I be free from all men. Yet have I made myself servant unto all, that I might gain
And
them all.
this is how we need to live our life, man. Because we free from all men, but who we not free from is a Mashiach Yahushua. We're under the burden of Jesus Christ to the day that we die, man, or He come back and save us. Right? Go ahead.
Unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the
Unto the
Jews.
people that's knowledgeable of the scriptures, knowledgeable of the law, I became as that. Go ahead.
To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law.
Go ahead.
To them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to God, but under the law to Christ, that I might gain
Right.
them
Hold
that
on.
are
Hold on. So and read that again right quick after I expound right quick. Right. I know it's a tongue twister, right? But the more you do it, the better you get. Right. He's saying, but to them that's not under the law, I became as one not under the law, but not as one that's not under the law of Christ, meaning grace. Right. We're not even supposed to listen to foolishness, but to captivate somebody with this truth. Sometimes you got to listen to foolishness for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours to finally be able to bring out the scripture and have the brother listen to you, right? Sometimes you got to deal with this, right? So he's saying to a person that's unlawful, I became like as one that's unlawful. I'm listening, I'm engaging in the conversation. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Oh yeah, yeah, that's funny. That's funny, man. You know, just so at my point, I could come in and give you the word of God, right? So read it again.
verse 21. To them that are without law, as without law, being
And this
not
is
with
the hardest part. This is the hardest part about being in the truth and trying to wake up somebody to the truth. This is the bitter with the sweet, right? Because you got to listen to some nonsense to be able to give the brother some eloquent words and some beautiful teaching, right? Keep reading.
as without law, being not without law to God, but under the law to Christ, that I might gain them that are without law.
Mm-hmm.
He go on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
To the weak became I as weak, that I might gain the weak. I made
So you got to become all things to all men. Watch, read on.
I made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some.
That's it. Well, that's it, bro. We're going through 100 of them, 1,000 of them. And me and Khalil, we done met so many people and had them captivated through the spirit of the Most High God, and they just left, nigga, and never came back, never hit us up. We done broke bread with people. The other week, y'all went go get gasoline for a sister, right? We do all these different things just so we could gain some.
That's right. That's right.
And it's sad, bro. And it sucks. But this is the portion that we have to go through. Go ahead, Salaki. I'll tell you what you're gonna say.
Read verse 23.
Verse 23. And this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you.
Right. So we do all of these things for the sake of the good news, right? The reward that comes at the end, right? So what basically Paul is saying here in this chapter, right, is you have to come down to the level. You can't stay high and mighty in a prideful state, sitting on the top of the hill, and you see a sheep down by the waterbed, and be like, oh, I'll just let that sheep come to me. No, you go to that sheep, right? You go to that sheep, you get down to his level, so that way you can pull him back up to that hillside where he ought to be, right? This is what it's talking about. Come down and meet them where they're at. Therefore, you have enough more power and to bring them to where you're at, right? Meet them where they're at, so you have enough power to bring them to where they ought to be. For the what? For the gospel's sake, right? I'll talk about
and
sports
a
with
lot of
you. I'll talk about the Lakers with you. I don't watch sports, but I'll go learn it if we can have a conversation and you can get to know me as a brother. Then I can kind of bring you and ease in the truth in hopes to get you on that bait and reel you in to salvation. Most High willing, right? Go ahead, King.
And quick point on your spiritualness about that is that, you know, the way we used to operate back in our time when we was herding sheep and stuff like that, the best way to get cool with your sheep is to lay down with them. Like, lay them down and you lay down with them to make them feel comfortable, right? And you do that, you know, their whole time growing up. So when it's time to kill them, they don't even run from you because you've been a friend to them all their life. So, same thing with this truth, man. You know, sometimes you got to get down to that level. You got to lay down with them. You got to engage with them on a certain level to be able to finally be able to eat of the fruit, you know, of that person, right? You know, like basically like how we do in the gang. You know, I son that nigga. You feel what I'm saying? I son that boy. I brought him in, taught him the ropes. Boom. Now that's my son. You feel what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I like that analogy, man. Sometimes you got to go down there and grab them. But then not only that, man, to really get comfortable with your sheep, a lot of times, bro, you got to sit there, you got to break them down, right, and lay with them, man. You know, and pat them, man, and you know, let them know that it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get to eat a fruit, you know, of all that. Sometimes that you comforted that sheep.
Con, that's right. That's right. All praises. All praises. All right, let's close out with Luke 17-21. We're gonna close out with that.
I wasn't done. They got 25 on there.
Okay, Con, go ahead. Go to verse 24.
You want verse 24 as well?
Keep yeah.
Oh,
verse 24
read 24 too. 24 and 25.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 24. Know ye not that which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, that ye may attain. And every man that striveth for mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do to obtain a corruptible crown, but we in an incorruptible.
Oh, hold on. He's lagging.
So
that's good. That's good. But yeah, like he said, he fight to obtain a incorruptible crown. He fight not as one that beateth the air, right, but one that obtained, right. And then he said that he don't want to become a castaway, right. So he teaching the brothers and sisters, but he's still trying to keep in mind, right, that I gotta follow these laws. I gotta keep the faith too, so I don't become a castaway, right. So I couldn't really hear, but I know what that thing say. And yeah, man, we got to get this incorruptible crown, these incorruptible bodies, right? And that way we could never have to deal with sin anymore. Baba Kushan family, if y'all out there, man, pray for the elect, pray to be one of the elect, right? And pray that the Most High hurry up and send us these bodies that we don't sin in, because I'm sick of sin.
That's right. That's right. It's Luke 17 and verse 21. Bring that mighty precept out. Go to start at verse 20.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with the observation.
Observation, right? The kingdom's not coming with just looking for it and it's just going to pop up out the sky, right? We have to bring the kingdom, we have to manifest the kingdom into fruition by doing the necessary labor to build the walls of the kingdom, right? This is what's going to get us home. This is what's going to get us to that eternal life. This is what's going to get us to that kingdom, is if we have to labor for it by keeping it in a high regard, in a high state of value, right, and keep that investment flowing, then we will be able to reap what we sow in the end by doing the labor for that kingdom, right? Verse 21.
Verse 21. Neither shall they say, Lo here, or Lo there. For behold, the kingdom of God is within you.
Right. So you can't say, look over here. Whoa, look, it's over there. Right. You can't do that because it's not gonna be coming to fruition. You can't just look for it. It's not just gonna pop out of nowhere. Right. The kingdom of God, the kingdom of Yasharala, right? K.O.Y is within us. We have the power, we have the tools, we have the pearls, and all of these things to bring the kingdom into fruition. Right. And this is what our camp stands on. So it's a spiritual aspect to it. This is why we focus a lot on building the brothers up through the spirit, right? Because we need to build our inner parts, which consists of our mind and the members within us, and build one another up in that same way so we can bring the kingdom, man. So we can get to that kingdom. Most High willing, we are part of the elect. Most High willing, we're helping wake up the elect, right? Because we hold the kingdom in high regard and high value. This is what we're going to do, right? And we have faith and hope and enough trust in that reward in the end.
Right quick. So one thing that you said I want to touch on too is that you said we focus a lot on building up the inner parts, right? Once you get the inner part after the foundation, the most important thing is the structure, right? The inner parts, the wood, the the plywood, right? Then you go, plywood, wood to roof, right? And then you put your extremities, right? So right now we're building the inner court of the tabernacle, but the Lord is going to come through and give us that outer portion, that covering, right? Why my shit smell like oil? But yeah, so what you said was beautiful, man. We're building up that inner court. That way the extremity, right, has something to lock onto.
God, that's what we did in the wilderness. I remember when we was doing the Torah portions, we had to build the inner part first, and then after that, we built the outer court, inner court, outer court. Then we can inhabit it. Then we can use it, for its rightful use. So that's powerful right there. All praise to the Most High, man. All praise. But yeah, man. With that, I'm gonna say Shalom. All praise to the Most High. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes, that was able to tune in and that will tune in at a later time, man. We almost out of here, man. Keep enduring to the end. You know what I'm saying? And coming out like gold through that fiery affliction, man. All right, go ahead, up.
Shalom, man. All praise to the Most High, man. The Wadi Yahweh, right, for his grace and mercy, man, for keeping us in the spirit, continuing to ignite our flame when it's flickering and going out, man, putting us through the trials and tribulations, man. The Wadi Yahweh for all your chastisement, right? All it is to make us as pure as gold, man. So keep enduring, keep fighting. Brothers and sisters, man, wives, treat your husband right. Husbands, treat your wives good, man. Love on them, kiss them. Same thing with the children. Treat your parents good. Parents, man, love on them babies, man. Let's get up out of here, man. We got a short time, man. And remember, Satan has but a short time as well. So he pulling out all the stops, man. Shalom.
Go ahead, man. Close out.
So what you said, God War, you said to the parents with their children. It's also to us children, to our parents. We got to honor our father and our mother as well. But all praise to the Most High. Shalom. Blessings to the 12 tribes.
All praise. Kwam Yashal.
Kwam Yashal.